Schedule a free design consultation, and the more you buy, the more you'll save on blinds, shades, shutters, and more from Budget Blinds. Visit budgetblinds.com today.
Welcome back. Well, the Lloydminster Public Library turns to the digital age. We will explain more on this now, as they are assuring citizens they won't be phasing out hard copies anytime soon. In the library's most recent newsletter, it was announced that magazines covering science fiction, gaming, and mystery would be added to the library's print collection. This coming just after they decided to add a number of new magazines to Zinio, the library's online magazine source.
It turns everything else off. We hear about things on various sources. I mean, the new book comes out, it gets reviewed on television or whatever. We know people are going to be asking for it. And sometimes we can say, oh, it's also available electronically, because we do. It gets added almost quickly as when we purchase. So.
Michelle Jutek says that while electronic devices are gaining popularity, not everyone is buying into it when it comes to reading.
We always think that young people are adopting all this stuff. Young people like to read print. They like to read hard copies. They use their devices for other things, but when it comes to reading, a lot of them still are still committed to the, they say they like the feel of it. They like the smell of it. But we've been offering digital content for over 10 years.
The LPL will continue to offer reading material in both print and digital copies. For musicians, both seasoned and aspiring, Lakeland College's Performing Arts program is a great place to hone your skills. And this year, at the end of January, they will offer lessons in brass instruments. Katie Hudson has more on the new program and the talented musician behind it.
That's the sound of Adrian Antonero playing the tenor trombone. He's the musician at the helm of a new brass program that includes trombone, trumpet, tuba, and baritone.
And play every day. When on a dull moment, hold your instruments, and that's it.
Antonero was referred to the college by another musician in the community.
Finding out that his background is with the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra in Manila, and that he had taught previously in the Philippines, is really a hidden gem that we didn't know about.
The music program already offers a variety of lessons, including piano, guitar, violin, and voice. The brass program is just the newest addition as the college strives to provide new opportunity with highly skilled teachers.
We're so fortunate to have someone like Adrian to join us and to increase our repertoire. It just increases what we can offer to the community, such as Lloydminster, and it's a great opportunity for our bands.
With brass instruments making up a large part of a high school band, the college will see if there's any demand from students. They will offer lessons starting at the end of January.
But when I was in the Philippines, I used to teach young aspiring musicians. Then I'm going back to the business. And then I'm so happy to impart my skills and knowledge for brass instruments.
Katie Hudson, Newcap News.
Brass lessons will be available from January 26th to June 12th at the Lloydminster campus for all levels and ages. Starting next week, you can visit lakelandcollege.ca/music.lessons to register. Some local basketball players are lending their talents as they pass on their skills to a younger generation. Every year, members of the Lloyd Comp Barons basketball teams visit public schools around the city as they teach students basic fundamentals of the game. As Bart Pediasic reports in this week's Beyond the Classroom, the mentorship program not only develops future Barons, but also leaves a major impression on the kids.
Classes are done for the day at Rendell Park School, but going home is the last thing on these kids' minds. Today, the elementary school is hosting some special guest coaches from the Lloyd Comp Barons.
Just give it a shot. If you can't do it, you can just stick with the normal crossover, right?
This is Clark Thompson's third year teaching basketball as a member of the Barons. He says his team is reinforcing fundamental skills of the game so they can develop young basketball players.
You know, players at the middle school and even the high school level still do lack fundamental skills, and so to establish those skills early is really going to improve programs in the future and create better basketball players in Lloydminster.
That's good. You're getting better. That's awesome.
And guest coach Tori Bainton knows this gym well. An alumni of Rendell Park School herself, she says she relishes the opportunity to give back to her old school.
I think that it's a really awesome opportunity for the kids just to learn and for them to gain this knowledge while they're young so that when they're growing up they can just keep improving.
And the skills these kids learn today are really sticking, as these budding basketball players really look up to the Barons. And teachers say the hard work on the hard court pays off in the classroom.
There's a lot of studies that prove that children who do extra curricular activities, intramurals, etc., become more attached to their schools. And when they're attached to their schools, they tend to do better in academics as well.
As for Thompson, playing since he's been 4 years old, basketball is a big part of his life, and he hopes to pass along that passion to the younger generation.
I never got a chance to experience the older people coming in to teach me, so I think now it's great that we've got this going, and the older people from the high school can come and teach these younger students.
Bart Pediasek, Newcap News.